So it's been a little while since the last video, but back at it in the garage tonight. In the last part, I thinned down and shaped up this octagonal house handle. It came from house uh, fairly thin, but I did want to thin it down just a little bit more, clean it up a bit, kind of put those nice octagonals on it. It's a really nice piece of hickory. This is sapwood. I know some people say that sapwood's stronger. I think heartwood's prettier, but as far as structural integrity goes, this should be very sound. Now, the discussion between grain orientation and runout is one that I think can easily get confused. This one, as far as grain orientation goes, would technically have almost completely horizontal. The reason I say that this handle should be perfectly structurally sound is because it has very little runout, even though the orientation is horizontal. So the fact that the growth rings run this way is okay with me, because you can take a growth ring, do this in camera, you can take a growth ring here and follow it throughout the whole length of the handle, and it comes all the way out in the eye. So the same fibers that are, are the same growth rings that are up here, are the same ones that run all the way down to the end of the handle. So even though the grain orientation is what some would say is less than ideal, I think this would be far superior to another handle that has maybe better grain orientation, but has run out where those growth rings are traced out of the side of the wood. So that's why I picked this handle. I like it. I think it feels great. But the next steps are to get this head sharpened up. I think I mentioned in the previous video before, this side of the bit is a tad bit shorter than this side. I don't know how easy it is to see kind of on camera here, but it is a decent amount shorter. So due to that fact, I'm going to keep this side kind of like the rough work or grubbing side, and this one keener cutting edge. Do you have to set up a double bit up like that? No, you could set them both up with cutting edges, but because of how this already is as it stands, that's the route I'm going. So on this side, I will probably give it a kind of more of a banana grind. I think that'll look nice. Something kind of like that. I think that'll look good. On the cutting side, and on the grubbing side or rough work side, it kind of already has like a radial grind, so I think I'm just going to kind of even that out a bit. Just kind of keep it like that. So I will probably, this bit's pretty worn in the toe and heel, so I probably will kind of even it out a little bit, take some out of the belly here, and kind of just even this out in general. That's my goal, at least. We'll see how it comes out. So, yeah. Got our wedge mostly shaped up here. I got it sanded up so that it's longer than what we'll need, but it should make a good fit, hopefully. Some black locust here, so should be a nice tight fit. So, set up where you can see me starting to, shape and grind it, and we'll get into it. So, still need to take it to the stones, or the diamond stones, but I'm happy with how that grind came out. Definitely took a little while, but should be a nice keen edge. I know I mentioned in another video I don't have a bevel gauge. I still don't. I'm just going to keep going without one, at least for now. I don't think I need one to sharpen it, but I'd just be curious to see where it's at. Just hearing some of the other X people talking about it and seeing where they like the angle of the edge. I would just be curious to see. That feels about right, but I've got no idea what it is. So yeah, getting that stamp. Nice crisp 2.2, so 2.5 pounds. I'm sure it's a bit underweight, especially since they just did some filing and a little underweight to start. So just some original black paint. It's kind of cool. Yeah, so that is the rough edge, the grubbing edge. It took a decent edge still. It's just a lot thicker than that one. Yeah, take the stones to it, and then get it all cleaned up, and we'll hang it. Yeah, I think there's a very nice edge on it. Definitely took a nice edge. Again, left that side a lot rougher, still even a bit of a burr on it, but ideally that side is for, grubbing, chopping up, some kind of root, or anything that you could be risking damaging your better edge for. So yeah, I think it's kind of set it up that way, especially on a cruiser where it's not just like a dedicated felling axe. Cruiser, you're taking it out camping, you're clearing some trails with it, so there's a chance where you might come across something where you need to cut something where it's a little more risky for the axe. So yeah, got it all sharpened up, so nothing left but to hang it. Give it a little zip, and then we'll clean up some of these curlies. Bring in for a closer look first. See, that's black locust that's split like that. So we've got it nice and tight. I don't think that's going anywhere. That hickory's compressing. Yeah, we'll clean it up and I'll bring it in for a better, closer look too. With how that hang came out, looks like it's got super tight compression all over. I see zero gaps at the top, so happy with that. Take my knife and clean this up a little bit. Sharpened up, it's hung. Got the eye oiled, the tongue that's in the eye oiled. The thing I need to do before we oil the rest of the handle is just trim a little bit of that kind of like micro curling that's happening there. It's just a tiny little bit. It's not like it's sitting on a deep shelf or anything. It's just from a nice tight hang. I think the setup where got the kind of like the felling bit, and then the grubbing bit is suiting for the axe and kind of what it would be used for, or maybe will be used for. I'm going to sell it, so who knows what it'll really be used for. But the idea, you've got the keener edge side, and then the grubbing side is. I like the idea of it. I think the octagonal handle came out really good. Feels good in the hand. A little bit of character with that knot. Like I said, the grain orientation is almost, let's see, but it is kind of, horizontal, but the run out is minimal. I don't know how well you can see it, but kind of trace that grain from right where that knot is. You can follow it all the way up right to the center of the eye. So there is very, very little run out in this handle. So I think that'll make for a very nice, strong handle. And I'm especially not worried about it in a double bit, because it's straight too. If you have a curved single bit handle where it had that curve to it, for comparison. So if you have a handle that's got a lot more curve to it, you can see where you would want that grain orientation to be vertical like that rather than horizontal, because with those swoops and kind of shape to it, you'd have a much greater chance of having run out. But in a straight handle like this, it's it's minimal. So yeah, I like it. The hang came out nice and tight. How much of this you can see. Hang came out nice and tight. Hopefully you can see some of that. No gaps pretty much anywhere at the top. There's no gaps anywhere at the top. No gaps really anywhere at the bottom either. That's good. I think the octagonal feels good. We'll end up making a sheath for this one yet or not. In the past, I have made sheaths for the other axes I've sold. Kind of nice to sell it as a complete kit, but it does take a lot of time, and I'm not that great at making them yet, and not sure how much value it adds to the axe itself. So let me know if you guys think it's worth it. If not, kind of go on to a new build. And if you thought it was kind of a cool concept of like picking the head, following along with the build, and then potentially being able to buy it at the end, let me know. I've got a bunch of other axes that I'm willing to sell or trade or build, so if that is something that interests you, let me know. I'll probably post another short video once I've actually got the listing up, and include the link to the listing in the description. So yeah, thanks for watching. Hopefully you enjoyed it. So yeah, happy with how it came out. If you want to make it yours, stay tuned, and I'll be posting another short one with the listing. Thanks.